Is Brosmer making a legitimate run at quarterback 2? Let's talk about it. Happy Monday to you all. Hope you all had a great weekend. We're a one preseason game away from the NFL regular season. Obviously, we're going to talk most of the time today about that preseason game on Saturday. Well, we felt pretty good about a lot of things coming out of that first preseason game. This last one was equal parts boring and kind of frustrating, I guess, from a lot of the players we saw. I didn't come out super impressed or feeling pretty good about. I mean, I guess we're going to talk a lot about quarterback today. Sam Howell did not look good. We'll get more into that later. But I guess your immediate thoughts, we talked about it after the game on Bleacher Report, obviously. We were both kind of in the same boat that there wasn't really anything much to talk about from a good thing perspective. I mean, there was a couple of things we talked about, but for the most part, it felt like it was kind of just a boring, kind of flat game.
Yeah, there wasn't, especially on offense, there wasn't like anything. Like we left that game, like after the first game, there's like a lot of positives to like leave. This time it was like a lot of negatives. Like we left this last game. Luckily it's not like negatives on starting players and things like that, but a lot of concerns as far as depth, I would say. But on offense specifically, there was just nobody standing out. I like, if I was going to say who's the winners on offense in this game, you could maybe say Scott again, just because I forgot. I don't have my stats up. I probably should, but mostly because he had like 4 catches for 35 yards or whatever it was. Outside of that, his running was just kind of just like whatever. At this point, you barely saw any Ty Chandler. At this point, you just feel like it's pretty much Scott's job to lose. But outside of that, obviously, I think Joe Huber, I think he had a penalty or something early, but he still ended up with like the highest offensive PFF grade. And then, I mean, some stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him moving forward. If we end up like sticking him on the team, other than some of these other depth guys on the offensive line, but no one really standing out on offense that much. Brosmer, and we're going to talk about him. I think I would consider him as someone who stood out for the most part, mostly because of that potential game tying drive that he probably should have converted into a touchdown if Miles Price would have caught it. And then speaking of Miles Price, I guess in general, I mean, he's kind of up. He does look like someone who can do quite a few things on the offense, but the big one, kick returner and punt returner. He had a big kick return, and our punt return job and kick return job, in my opinion, should be completely wide open. And I do think I feel like Miles Price did himself one of the biggest favors last game out of probably any players on this team that wasn't expected to make the roster, just by how he performed at those spots this last game. Yeah. So and going into special teams, Will Reichers, and of course that's where you're going. Darren Wang.
Bring up Darren, our boy, Will the Thrill.
Will the Thrill definitely was. If you want to count that as part of the offense, kind of. He was definitely a big one. Chapman for punting, and I guess like that looks like an interesting battle there as well. But nothing too crazy on the offense. I'll throw some more stuff your way, but first off, let's do some shout outs here. We got Nick Riley in here right away with the amount of people slopping on Caleb's knob for that drive yesterday is diabolical to me, when literally every quarterback. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good drive, but I know the Tyler is it Baggett, right? Tyler Baggett, whatever. Sounds like Bagent. Sounds like he had a really good game, but yeah, ugly game, only bright spots. I would say Miles Price, kick return. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Joe Huber talked about that. Elijah Williams
that's
was
going to
get into that.
That's a name that's coming out a lot after these games now.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. Actually, I mean, I can talk. Actually, let me just go through here real quick. Bob Sweet in the building. What's going on, Bob? Bleeding Purple. What's going on, dude? Norris Fias, my guy. We got Barber in the building. Norris, Norris, you're going to Skullfest. Yeah, you are, I know. And then Barber obviously is. And obviously we'll always talk about Skullfest. Darren Wang in the building. What's going on, Darren? Obviously talking about the boy, Will the Thrill. Casey, just a matter of time until our guy hits from 60.
Oh yeah. He had plenty of room on that 53-yarder.
And then for today, man, before continuing on, yeah, obviously talking about this week 2 preseason game, I kind of have like a list of. I said this game kind of brought up more concerns than like positives. So I kind of have that going on here with a backup quarterback, wide receiver 3, as well as cornerback. And we are going to finish off with doing a fantasy mock draft today. I just want to try it out and look at it and just kind of get a good idea of what the players are looking at, and especially for anybody else in here who are into fantasy football. Can kind of get our thoughts or kind of see what our thoughts are on some of these players this year. But yeah, going back to this game, defense, Elijah Williams, apparently he's been the highest graded defensive tackle in. I saw one, but I forgot who it was. It was like Alex Lewis or something like that. So someone that is credible, but said that he had the highest PFF grade out of any, or highest grade out of any defensive tackle in preseason so far. Obviously big. Someone that we're missing is someone at least looks really big. Didn't you say they said he was only 270?
Yeah. Yep. I think
How is that possible? Unless he's like 5'9".
Stout. Okay.
Stout.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, because I know you and I have been kind of clamoring for that 330 plus pounder who can clog up the middle and maybe get after the quarterback a little bit. But again, I mean, he's doing a lot of things well. I think him and Jalen Redmond have a legitimate chance to have, big impact on the team, not only this year, but going into the future, especially knowing that, Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave are kind of on their last legs in the league here, being over 30. Mm-hmm. But yeah, those two, it's nice to see a couple young guys like that kind of coming up and making some impact at a position where, yes, we have Allen and Hargrave, but the injury history is there for those two. Plus, we just need depth and guys that can contribute. So those two flashing is huge.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what happens there. At this point, obviously, last year you ended up having Taki on this roster. It's starting to push, it's starting to feel like you're not going to see him on it this year, and you'll see Elijah Williams on there instead. And it's like that with a few guys, and we'll get into it more when we go down to some of these other spots here. But other bright spots, Bo Richter, I thought he looked really good, especially in the beginning. Made some nice just solo tackles, had a batted ball. Another guy that him and Murphy, I expect them to make the team again. Murphy has, I don't know, I didn't really see anything super negative from him, but definitely didn't have the same impact as he did in week 1. Vaughn still looks good. PFF didn't give him the best grade, but I would say Vaughn, I was pretty impressed with Vaughn for most of that game. Yeah, we mentioned Joe Huber. 49 snaps, no pressures allowed, highest in the preseason. Dang, I didn't know that. Yeah, it'll be interesting. So obviously, if we can leave this preseason with a depth guy at guard as well as a depth guy at defensive tackle, that would be very optimal, especially if they're both grading out as the top at their positions in the preseason.
That offensive line depth is looking legitimate right now. Like a legit starting 5, plus having Juergens, who again, they like him a lot. Juergens, Walter Rouse back there that they drafted to go along with Huber, and also Blake Brandel, and also Justin Skol. The depth along the offensive line, at least on paper, of course, because we know we have some people who come in here and they don't like when we talk absolutes, and we have to stay on paper to make sure we appease them. But yeah, on paper, this might be one of the deepest offensive lines this team has had in my recent memory. So
that's why I'm like,
it's nice to see for sure.
Yeah, it'll be, man.
I'm excited about it. That keeps kind of getting swept under the rug. I don't know if it's because it was a crazy late round draft pick in 2023, but you got to give some flowers to Jay Ward as well. Another position where safety, yes, you have the top line guys. You have your Theo Jackson to go along with Harrison Smith. You have Josh Metellus, who's kind of a jack of all trades guy out there. But Jay Ward has been playing some really good ball these last couple games, and he's always been solid on special teams when he's not jumping off sides. But he's been kind of flashing and making some splash plays in these preseason games as well. So good on him. If he can, again, if you can just develop more of these guys to be your depth pieces down the road, Jay Ward could be a guy that could help out at safety after Harrison Smith retires, and at least till Coy Parrish gets here and takes that spot over. But that's down the road. By the way, Jay Ward, I do got to give him you do got to give him some props as well. He played some pretty good ball this last year.
Yeah, he was all over the place, and he was pretty much in on most of the tackles I see him throughout the game. He did miss one big tackle. I keep forgetting. Was that the Henderson touchdown? when that happened?
I think so.
Maybe not. No, I felt like it was later in the game, kind of, because the Henderson obviously was early. Yeah, because our second team defense played really well that very first drive of the game. We saw a lot of I know a lot of people are talking about Ty Ingram Dawkins. He looked really solid. Obviously, some splash plays early. You kind of recognize him. He played the entire game. I feel like that tailed off a little bit. I know he also was in on a missed tackle on Henderson for one of his touchdowns. But I know a lot of people really liked what they saw from him. And then, a lot of these other cornerbacks, nothing too crazy. I mean, it's your second and third team. I mean, we're just at that point in the preseason. It's going to be like that next week. I don't know. Like they were talking about Addison playing next week. I don't know if that was like a confirmed thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. You think someone would have said something?
For the suspension, I guess. But
hey, what's up, Delton? What'd you say?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be good for him to get some snaps,
especially
since he's gonna be missing a few weeks. But we'll see.
But let's get into some actual stuff here, the nitty gritty here, and that starts with the quarterback 2. So that's one thing. After week 1 of preseason, like emphasis after the week 1 of preseason, we're all like, oh, the backup quarterback situation is not as bad as everybody thought. Somehow it came out, balled out. Max Brosmer balled out. Ripon had a bad game. And then all it takes is another week to see how bad Sam Howell can be. His interception, and I've just seen the replay. Well, the reason why I've seen the replay so many times is because now all the other teams are going out and saying that's JJ McCarthy. So it's like literally everywhere, and they're all saying it's JJ McCarthy. And then of course everybody has to say that's not even JJ McCarthy. That shit's annoying, but yeah. So I've been seeing that everywhere. It really is just that bad. Like, what the hell is he doing? You can't have. That's why I like the idea of Max Brosmer being quarterback 2. It's not crazy, and obviously talking about if you couldn't get it or sign any other quarterbacks, if it was like between Ripon, Brosmer, and Howell, like there's not even a question. Brosmer seems like the best quarterback of the 3, in my opinion. Obviously he's playing against the 3s and 4s, but just from a straight up processing, comfortability, like all of those things seem a lot better than what we're seeing from Ripon or Max Brosmer. Even Ripon, like he had a bounce back game, you can call it, but it's still like you look at him and you just feel uncomfortable. You can just like look at him and it's like you're not supposed to be on the field. You're definitely that guy who's supposed to have.
You're Sean Mannion. You're Sean Mannion.
Yeah, you're Sean Mannion. Like he had like a few screens that went for some decent yards and stuff like that. But Max Brosmer, I mean, 17 seconds left, or not 17. I think at some point it's like a minute left. Whatever, how much time left? He had to go down the field. The 4th and 7. Is that what 4th and 17?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. 4th and 17.
Stepped up in the pocket.
Stepped on the pocket through the Jashawn Jones. Thank God he actually caught it, because that dude has brick for hands, I guess. So pretty much like he's playing with guys that if they had hands, like Brosmer is looking like an absolute monster. Yeah. And so that but that is so impressive. I don't care if you're playing against 3s and 4s. That play was so damn impressive that like I'd be comfortable with Brosmer going in as quarterback 2. I think that it's not crazy for him to have like that somewhat of a Brock Purdy type of, obviously without actually starting, but that type of talent coming in. And if you have the right players around him, he's smart enough to take advantage and make smart plays and things like that. Obviously, I'm kind of on board with, I think Nick Riley said it earlier, as far as like it's hard to imagine that the Vikings would allow that. If he's obviously the best quarterback of that bunch, then you just feel like you're most likely going to see the Vikings go find another person instead of having 2 first year quarterbacks. Sorry, I want to throw all there. I know you want to get into your Max Brosmer thing, so.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of things you said. And honestly, like you can go back, you can watch our pre-draft stuff, you can watch our mock drafts. Round 7, when I saw Brosmer sitting there, a lot of the stuff that we're seeing is stuff that I told you to watch for when you watch Brosmer. And I, as a Gopher fan, got to watch a lot of them last year when when PJ Fleck finally let him just be him and finally kind of let the offense open up, because we know how Fleck likes to run that offense sometimes at Minnesota. When we eventually let him open up the offense and play his ball, what I think he ended up with, was it 20? I think 2,800 yards passing, 18 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions or something like that.
Yeah.
And again, not a pass heavy type of team, but you saw a lot of the stuff that you're seeing him in. And he's a 4-year starter in college, 3 years at New Hampshire, 1 for the Gophers, 5 years in college total. And like you said, you just see the poise. And that's one thing that O'Connell kind of mentioned too. Like you saw how well he could just command the huddle. I mean, sure, I think on one of the sacks he took, I think they said, I think they had O'Connell on at that point. He said he probably could have adjusted protection.
Right.
On the play where O'Connell dropped the infamous F-bomb, Brosmer threw a beautiful ball. That was a great play call, beautiful ball. Unfortunately, illegal motion put that one back. But it's just, you just see a lot of the things with Brosmer. Just smart, manages the pocket well. He has enough athleticism and enough arm strength. Like, again, is he going to be a top-tier starter? Is he going to be a starter in this league, top-tier starter? Probably not. But as a long-term backup quarterback option, he has everything that you're looking for to go along. He's smart and he can play the game. Like, that's everything you're looking for in a long-term backup.
Yeah.
Who could, like, who knows? Maybe he does have a little bit of Brock Purdy in him. If he goes to a good enough team and that quarterback gets hurt and he's got to start, maybe he could make waves like that. And I would not put it past him. He has all the intangibles that you want to see from these quarterbacks. Like, he's not playing like an undrafted rookie, right? So like, and if they want him to be around, they're not going to be able to cut him at this point. I think he's shown too much, and he will show too much this next game as well, to where they will not be able to let him go if they view him as that long-term backup quarterback option, which I definitely think that they do, based off kind of how much they wanted him after he went undrafted. But literally, that's the only thing keeping this conversation alive, that they might need someone else at QB2, is the fact that he's an undrafted rookie quarterback. But like you said, and like I've been saying, he's not playing like that. Like, he's playing like
he's not looking
like a guy who's out there and knows what he's doing. And O'Connell's been singing his praises since OTA. So it's like, you have a long-term backup option here, right? He just needs to get a little bit more experience is all. So again, do I think that they're going to go into this season with him as their primary 2? No. I still think that they just stick with Howell. I mean, you traded for him. He's cheap. He has starting experience. I think you just stick with him. He knows the offense. You don't need to bring in another quarterback and have him learn the offense. I think they stick with Howell, but Brosmer will not get cut because they cannot afford it. And if they want to practice squad quarterback, you're going to be able to sneak Brett Rippon on there for sure. So that's my 2 cents. I love what we're seeing from Brosmer. I mean, JJ McCarthy's still the guy, and he's going to be the guy. But if you want a long-term backup option, you cannot afford to let Brosmer go. And I don't think they will. I think he makes the 53 right away, and I'm excited to see it happen, man. I mean, 1 year with the Gophers, it's not like I've been watching this guy play forever, but everything that I saw last year is what I'm seeing him do right now. And it's really impressive for a rookie in the NFL, let alone
drafted free agent.
And he plays, like you said, he just plays so confident. Like, he doesn't look like it's too much.
No, I mean, dude, 1 minute
sign of someone that can play quarterback in the NFL. Like, you're not seeing that with Howell. That interception was straight up a panic by Howell. So I don't know, man. I love me some Max Brosmer. And again, I will say it again. I was saying it before the draft, so it's not just now. Like, I was saying it before the draft. This guy has what it takes to be a long-term QB2. And every time they bring up that arm, that how quick his release is. Like they say, he doesn't need the arm strength because he's smart. He can diagnose. He leads his receivers, and he just has that quick release. And
I'll still say that on like intermediate, dude.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not an elite level.
Yeah, and I could see that from like a deep ball. I don't know if I really seen him throw like a legit, really, really deep ball. But I mean, like the throw to Jashawn Jones, like that's not short. Like he's thrown some good balls. It looks like he has a zip to me. When I watch him, I don't sit there and think like, oh, he has a weak arm.
No, not weak. I'm just saying it's probably not like top tier. Like
and you're talking about like, and then I know say like deep ball. In his deep ball type of thing. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's a question is like, we talk about quarterback two, but we don't know, like, it's not like there's a world where he could be a starter somewhere, you know, we say quarterback 2, and obviously it's a lot to say quarterback 1 or anything like that. It's easier to say, but at the same time, I'm not like saying he can't ever be a starter in this league. Cause he's shown up to this point, preseason, training camp, you know, has a lot to prove, but like you said, like he's just, for him to play his best like he did in that last game when he needed to go down to score and he hit a 4-17 the way he did was so impressive to me. And I do think, that's big. And like you said, I kind of am in your camp where I'm like, like the Vikings did trade for Sam Howell. I felt like when they made that trade, they already kind of were like, we're going in the season with him as QB2. And I'm with you where I kind of see that happening. I think there's no way Brosmer doesn't make this team, I think. But also it could be a surprise thing. Like maybe they don't want to keep 3 quarterbacks. And at that point you do just unless you go get another veteran, but at that point you do just have Max Brosmer as number 2. I don't know. Like they're the same age.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it really comes down to the NFL experience. And
right, which
I know, and that's just, I don't know. It's hard. Like you look at Brock Purdy, like he was quarterback too, but obviously who was he behind when that happened? Garoppolo. So you're behind the veteran. So it's a little bit different, I guess, than JJ McCarthy, bros. It's very unorthodox to see 2 quarterbacks back to back going in, even though actually you did see it with RG3 and Kirk Cousins. So it's like, it's not crazy to be like Brosmer's good enough to, we feel confident that he could be quarterback 2 of this team compared to our other options. Because who else could we even go get at this point to come in and actually feel like they give us a better chance to win than Brosmer, who's a 4-year college starter and doesn't look like he's a rookie.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see more, like if you do want to see more in-depth Brosmer play, go watch his season at Minnesota. You'll see a lot of the things you're seeing now, just on a wider scale because of all the playing time he got. But yeah, pulled up his stats here. I mean, 8-5 last year, 2,828 yards, 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 66.5 completion percentage, 217.5 passing yards per game. Like, those are some damn good numbers. And even at 3 years at New Hampshire, 63% completion, 1,150 yards, 88 touchdowns, 31 picks. Like, those are some damn good numbers. Mm-hmm. And just, again, it's not just like the numbers, like the numbers and what you see on the field they coincide with each other. Like, you just see the talent there. Like, you see that he has what it takes to play quarterback at a high level. Yeah. Does he have all the traits to be like a top tier starter? No, but we're talking QB2 here. He has everything you're looking for in a quarterback too. Absolutely everything you're looking for.
Well, a lot more than Sam Howell showed in the last. Well, Sam Howell, like, he has the arm, he has all that stuff, but that pick was like, come on, that was so bad.
You just, I mean,
Brosmer has that. There's
and they have the ability to kind of weave their way through pressure and step up in the pocket and do things. And Brosmer has shown that. Oh, and he had 5 rushing touchdowns last year too. Brosmer did. So
he did. So I'd like to see him, and even that, like, dude, he looked quicker than I thought. Even though he ended up tripping out when he rolled out, he ended up tripping over his own feet or whatever. But he was gonna get away from the defender on that one, and he probably would have made a nice play there. So I don't know. Overall, quarterback, I've been impressed with him. I think I like, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this 3rd preseason game. But at this point with Ripon, I think Alec Lewis came out with his 53 roster projection.
Yeah,
he had Ripon number 2. Howell off, and I'm like, I don't know that.
I'd rather see Howell at 2 or Brosmer, or just stick with Brosmer at 2. Like, I don't want any of this Brett Ripon quarterback.
No, and I do think Brett Ripon, you're grabbing him. He can go on the practice squad. He was on the practice squad last year. I don't know why. So I don't know. I don't see that. I kind of agree with you where it just ends up just being Max Howell just because of the NFL experience and you traded for him. Max Howell, a combination of them. Sam Howell.
Sam Howell's arm, everything else.
Sam Howell's out, everything else. Max Brosmer. That'd be pretty good. But yeah, no, I'm kind of in your camp on that one.
Don't even watch. You don't have to watch game after game. Just go watch Max Brosmer highlights from last year.
Could be wide receiver. So we can get into the wide receiver thing because overall, quarterback too.
Before we do that,
I'll let you do that. Yeah, you're good.
23 people on YouTube, only 11 likes. Make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah, I know we don't have a giveaway. I don't have the giveaways yet. We'll get there. We'll get there with the giveaways again. And
we're also 38 subscribers away from 2,000. So make sure, I'm sure everyone in here is already subscribed. If you're not, hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends. As Jamie said, as mentioned before, we're doing a giveaway once we get to 2,000.
Got a good one.
Help us get there before week 1 of the regular season. I think we can do it before Monday night against the Bears. I think we could be at 2,000. Only 38 more subs. Help us get there. Anyway, go on.
And our guys in the building, Vocal Vike, the bros. Anybody in here who is not subscribed to Vocal Vike, y'all definitely better go over there and do that right now, which a hashtag Skullfest. Of course, Actually, did I make a thing? We'll talk about Skullfest in a little bit here, but Skullfest, obviously, everybody in here already knows. If you're just watching and you're new to this channel or in general, Skullfest is the biggest, best party on home, not just home opener weekend, but for the Vikings in general. But it happens to be on home opener weekend at Crooked Pine in Minneapolis on that Saturday, September 13th, between 6 and 10 p.m. This shit's going to be crazy. Anybody definitely has to go to that. I think I have the description in the comments, or the link in the description below. And also, we do have the Skullfest, because this video, everything is sponsored by Custom Grains. We also have Skullfest swag in Custom Grains website, which is linked in the description below. You should definitely go hit that. Go check it out. If you're not going to Skullfest specifically, if you are, or if you want your stuff early, definitely go do that. Later, I'll dive into that again later in the show. Just throwing that out there right now. But I know FT Matty, you mentioned something about getting a sweatshirt or something like that, and I definitely think you should. It's freaking insane pricing for something that is branded. So definitely go do that. Anyways, so quarterback 2.
You know,
just
I'm
give it to
I'm
Brosmer.
gonna make a call. I'm gonna make a call. Max
Just give it
Brosmer,
to
quarterback 2 by week 1. That's
Yeah.
my call. They're
They're
doing
Fuck
it.
it.
They're
Fuck
doing
it.
it. They're cutting everybody else.
Yep.
They're
Fuck
gonna
it.
get ripping on the practice squad.
with you.
They're gonna need an extra roster spot for someone on defense or something.
Or on wide receiver.
Maybe. Could also be, yes.
So jumping into that, yeah, obviously everybody knows Justin Jefferson practiced today for the first time, so he should be good. But still, it sounds like he still has a little bit trouble. I know you said that it's not as bad as a 2023 hamstring issue, which is great, but
I still don't buy it. I think it was just they didn't want him to practice. I think him coming back and doing a little bit is just their way of just showing people he's fine. Don't worry about it. I think the whole thing was just a meh sham move just to get him off the field. He doesn't have to practice. I mean, it would be nice to see him get the chemistry with McCarthy. I get that, but it's freaking Justin Jefferson, man. He's gonna be just fine.
Yeah, no. So, but huge news, and hopefully he is 100% by week 1, and then Jordan Addison suspended for 3 years. Fuck me.
Whoa.
3 games. Suspended for 3 games. So yes, there is questions who's going to fill Jordan Addison's shoes in the meantime, because Jalen Naylor, the guy who played that role last year, who I still was not confident playing that role again this year, and I was hoping wouldn't play that role again this year unless he really took a step up, which I don't think was the Yeah, definitely not now. It sounds like he's week to week, and who knows, and it's still kind of up in the air. It's one of those injuries where it's like, he's like week to week, but then he's going to be out for like half the year or whatever. So that just brings you to, and then obviously you lose Rondale Moore out for the season. And then Ty Felton, who was the other guy people are talking about for wide receiver 3, isn't even like in people's conversations anymore.
Well,
he had a couple nice catches in that last game, which I do like that. I still want to see like an end around. They did a fake to him, but I'd like to see some end arounds or some sweeps or
get him in his element with the ball in his hands, which is where
something. I'm surprised we haven't seen that yet. And maybe you're waiting till the season to do stuff like that, so that way it's just not super obvious. But I'd like to see that. But yeah, anyways, Lucky Jackson, up in throughout training camp, first preseason game, he's kind of been like the darling on offense, especially for receivers of these guys who've made a big jump playing with the first team sometimes. Comes out and has not a great game, couple drop balls, things like that. So now you're just feeling like, okay, like Lucky Jackson's not going to be it, and people are thinking not Ty Felton, and you got Thayer Thomas as well, who didn't look super spectacular in this last game either. Just there's nobody. Like we're talking about
Tim Jones and Miles
Tim
Price.
Jones. Well, Miles Price is someone.
Miles Price, the receiver.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not good. Let's just say that. It's just not good. Your wide receiver depth right now is not good for wide receiver 3, especially without Addison for 3 games. But even when Addison comes back, we've been looking for a wide receiver 3 forever. And I've said this like every single year. I'm like, we need a wide receiver 3. Last year I didn't feel confident about Jalen Naylor, and I felt like we should have got a veteran last year. I still feel that this year, especially without Addison in the first 3 games. In my opinion, I do think it's a concern. I do think the Vikings should do something or get someone. I know Nick brought up DJ Chark, which I definitely would take. But at this point in his career, I'm like, I don't even know the last time I heard his name as far as doing anything productive.
Didn't he had what, like one good season with the Jaguars or something like that?
Yeah, he had a decent stretch. I mean,
he's
even
with 28.
With the Bears. Oh, he's only 28. Dang, he's young.
198. Yeah.
With the Bears, he was solid and things like that. But unfortunately,
he had 1,000 yards in 2019 with Jacksonville. Yeah. That's about it.
It's like playing where's yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I don't know. To me,
this is another option as well. I mean, cuts will happen. If another player gets cut that they like and get for cheap, maybe you go there.
Yeah, only player was priced, but he had honestly, I mean, if Brosmer was your quarterback, then you gotta bring Tim Jones in for sure. And I do like what we're seeing in Price, and it will be fun for Price to make this team as a wide receiver / kick. He would not make this team if he doesn't get kick return, punt return. I just don't see it. He's way towards the bottom of the depth chart, I think. But if he does make it because of that, and he's just another piece on this team, I do like having him there. But I definitely don't feel confident as wide receiver 3. There's nobody on this team. I didn't feel confident about anybody on this team before any injuries. I was literally thinking that maybe if Rondale Moore bounced back from his injury, he'd be the best case scenario to kind of bounce back, or Ty Felton, but I wasn't confident. He felt like a reach at the time, so I wasn't really confident in him coming in either. So I think it is a concern, but I'll throw it to you because I know you feel a little bit.
Yeah,
you're not as worried.
Right. I mean, I get it. Look, I understand. I definitely. I definitely understand the concerns. Obviously, I mean, like you said, even when Addison's back, that wide receiver 3 don't necessarily have a good guy at that spot, but. I mean, we didn't have Addison for a couple games last year. Jalen Naylor played well enough in that spot. Maybe regular season he can step up. You know, some guys need that. Some guys just need the pressure of a real game to step up. Plus, you know, Jalen Naylor contract year is a thing. But anyway, but I'd rather them not trade draft picks to go get a wide receiver 3. I know, I understand. I might be a little bit. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why.
You wanted to burden over the mauler that we have in Donovan Jackson, dude? No way.
I don't even I don't know why. I'm just out on Amari Cooper. it doesn't interest me at all. Like he couldn't even find any headway with the Bills.
Sign him up. Give me Cooper right now.
I'm out on that.
I'll take it.
And last year, you got to remember, in the games that Addison missed, we did not have Hawkinson. And J.J. McCarthy and Hawkinson are on one right now. I think they could do a lot of 2 tight end sets. I think we could finally see the receiving prowess that we were told about from Josh Oliver. I just think Aaron Jones can catch the ball well. I just think that, and I get it, those first few weeks are going to be a little bit rough, but I think they're going to be able to get through them. I don't think they need to make any drastic moves here. Again, if there's a cheap guy that they can get who's cut, you go right ahead. But I don't know. I just think you kind of gotta. I just think you kind of got to stick with what you got at receiver and tight end and let it ride. I mean, last year we did it and we did just fine. I think we can do the same thing this year.
Dylan, I would say,
I mean, to be fair, we did not care about we didn't understand the concern about backup quarterback to begin with. Remember, we're making too big of a deal out of the quarterback 2.
Yeah. But
I don't get the issue. What are we asking for? I don't know. I don't think wide receiver or quarterback 2 is important to an extent. I'm just not. I don't know. I'm just kind of I wasn't worried about it to start. I'm really not worried about it now.
No, I actually feel a little bit better because of Brosmer. No,
and even we've seen this happen before. Case Keenum, no one thought he was going to do any good. Look what happened there.
I'm not out on. I think Brosmer actually. I would not be surprised if Brosmer came in as a backup if needed and was solid, did solid. So I'm not out on Brosmer being quarterback 2, but if it came down to it and it's just dude, he's undeniably the second best player on this team because Sam Howell and Ripon just fucking suck. I feel like the Vikings would look up for another veteran, and Tannehill honestly probably would be a solid guy to come in here and kind of play that role if that is what happened. But that's also saying if Brosmer came in and was quarterback 2, I'm not saying it would blow up in our faces. I think
he's
I've been
good enough
impressed
to at
from
least
like a
manage the game.
Yeah, like he's just shown like those kinds of he's shown like veteran presence for being a rookie. But yeah, back to wide receiver here. No, I'll take Tyler Boyd. Give me Tyler Boyd. I know what Casey's saying. I know you're saying like we do have all these options. We didn't need TJ Hawkinson last year when Addison was down. But I'm like, there's still times where you're just like, if you just had one, like a decent playmaker at wide receiver 3, like the games that Naylor did play well, I just feel like it's a boost. Like there's just something else you need. Not to mention, there's just stuff we don't have on this offense that hopefully Ty Felton could still do that for us, whether he's out there a lot or not, as far as like the screen game, end around sweeps, stuff that Rondale Moore could have done. There's stuff on this offense that we don't really have. I think that another wide receiver 3 could bring us, but I just think, I don't know. I don't think it's the house is not on fire at that position. It's not the end of the world if we go into this season without another wide receiver 3 or another guy there. It's not going to be that big of a deal at the end of the day, but I do think it would definitely be very helpful if you did go find somebody for that.
But I mean, at this point, the fact that they haven't signed anywhere, I do think the guys like Amari Cooper, like Tyler Boyd, I do think that there is a chance that they're kind of either waiting for an injury to happen or waiting for one of these teams, maybe like the Vikings, to come this time and be a little bit desperate and realize, like, dang, we need another wide receiver, and then you're going to overpay for a guy like that. So I just don't want us to fall into that trap. Like, if you get to the point where Amari Cooper has no other options and you can get him for what he's worth, then go right ahead. But I don't want to have any desperate thinking like, oh, we're so thin at wide receiver that we need to go get a guy like that. And I think, I mean, Tyler Boyd, is he older? Yes. Is he the same receiver that he was back with the Bengals? Absolutely not. But he'd be cheaper. Like, he's not a guy out there who's trying to get the bag, I don't think. I think he's probably a guy waiting for a good opportunity, and maybe someone will pay him a little bit more than what he's worth. But I think you'd be able to get him at a much more relatively friendly contract.
Yeah.
And Ryan Tannehill, I'm sorry, like, quarterback, I'm with a quarterback that hasn't played in over a year, I'm out. Like, Tannehill just, if you sign Tannehill before
CJ, it's CJ Ham, Jim,
I'd be cool with it. But as of right now, I'm kind of just out on Tannehill. I mean, he hasn't played in over a year. I just don't think he's going to be anything better than what Sam Howell would be.
I think you would.
Tannehill?
I would.
He hasn't played.
Yeah, but he just needs to come in and he's someone that will come in and play smart. Like, I don't think J.J. McCarthy is going to go down. First of all, J.J. McCarthy's not going to get hurt. Nothing's going to be like that's going to happen. But I'd like it probably would be good to have someone come in who can take advantage of our talent and not make dumb plays like Sam Howell does. But I'm not convinced that Max Brosmer can't be that guy. Like, I get it. He's an undrafted free agent rookie, but he's 24 years old, has 4 years of college experience. Like, I feel like I'd be more confident with Max. That's why I'm like, this preseason 3 game will be interesting to see how much playing time all these quarterbacks get and things like that. But it'll be interesting. Though, back to the wide receiver thing again. Go get Cooper. Go get Tyler Boyd. I'm on team that all day long. Fuck it. Why not? I don't think they're going to cost that much money. You're like you pay them $5 million or something for 1 year.
We'll see. I'm gonna say roll. I'm just gonna say roll with what you got.
Yeah.
And at this point, it feels like that's the direction they're gonna go because they'd have made a move by now if they were feeling the heat to make a move.
Yeah, and like you
confident in the fact that they're gonna be running the football more this season. The fact that they're going to have Justin Jefferson, they're going to have TJ Hawkinson. I don't know. I think, and I still do think that they have some belief in Jalen Naylor, pending injury, of course. And again, that could sway things. Like, if they find out that this hand jam is a little bit worse than they thought, then maybe that puts them in more of a, we got to go make a move situation. Then you go and do something like that. But for now, assuming that Jalen Naylor is going to make it back by week 1, I'm rolling the dice. The dice.
Which I still don't even like Jalen Naylor as a wide receiver 3, but
he stepped up last year when he had to.
In the beginning.
When he had to. When Addison came back and didn't have to. He stepped up when he had to.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Bears. They got they got like 3 receivers, 2 tight ends, fucking just a bunch of shit. They just don't got a quarterback.
But also 2 of their receivers were drafted guys that are young that they're developing, not like
We got Justin Jefferson. And I think my biggest concern
I know
now
we have
is
Justin Jefferson, and then other than that, it's with Addison out,
it's
it's
a
not
younger guy.
they have
Addison's younger.
they have guys that they drafted with the intent of developing into those type
Yeah.
players.
Speaking of that, Addison, that's one thing though. Is like these first 3 games. I mean, these are going to be extremely important for JJ McCarthy to come in and just get into his groove. Like he's been on the field for 1 drive in over a year, and I mean, yeah, well over a year. I mean, including that other preseason game, he had like few drives there or whatever. And the obvious connection he's made by far. You didn't have Justin Jefferson this entire training camp and preseason. You obviously there is a connection between just JJ McCarthy and TJ Hawkinson, but the Addison JJ McCarthy connection is as real as chemistry can fucking get. And now first 3 games in JJ McCarthy's career, and you don't get that guy, even though you have Justin Jefferson, you got TJ Hawkinson, but I mean, it's not crazy to say that JJ McCarthy probably has stronger connection with Jordan Addison at this point than Justin Jefferson.
I would agree.
Even though all you have to do is throw the ball in the air to Justin Jefferson.
Right. He'll find
but still. So it's a little bit concerning there as far as that. You just want everything to be the easiest and best it can be for JJ McCarthy early, just so we can get back into the groove of everything here. But let's keep on moving here because I wanted to do this mock draft in a little bit, but let's jump into cornerbacks because this is something else that needs to be talked about. Because I had the intention of not being super confident in our cornerback room. I felt like we had a lot of cornerback 2s, cornerback 3s, and we're hoping guys were going to come in and be cornerback 1s, bona fide cornerback 1 in Byron Murphy. I'm not convinced he's an absolute bona fide cornerback 1. He showed half of a season of that to me. I hope so. I think he can be. And same with Rodgers. Isaiah Rodgers hasn't even been a cornerback 1 yet. And then you get Jeff Okudah, who's obviously been really impressing this team to get to the point where he's not even on the field last weekend or last Sunday, or last Saturday, last preseason game. But the big thing here is I always had this thought that Blackman was always going to be in the running for one of those cornerback 1 spots, or at the very least, a cornerback 3, the third cornerback on this team. And we're at a point where he's sitting there still playing at the end of the game and getting picked on and definitely not looking like the player that we saw as a rookie prior to his injury. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, now you're sitting here. Your cornerback room is Byron Murphy Jr., Rodgers, who's never been a starter, but has looked good most of his career. And then Okudah, who's hopefully
a bust at this point, though.
Yeah, is a complete bust at this point. So now you feel like there is concerns there, and more concerning than I was going into training camp, that the Vikings maybe need to go out and find themselves another piece there that can come in and at least compete.
Yeah, I would say Blackman has been the most disappointing. And look,
and he might be a surprise. He could be a surprise cut on this.
I don't think so. I think they'll keep him around. But then, like you said, then at that point, you're kind of just hoping that guys like Zamiah Vaughn and Nudie can end up doing, going from undrafted free agent to having Ivan Pace type seasons, which remains to be seen. But yeah, I mean, I think knowing that they weren't going to go break the bank and get a good, I think knowing they weren't going to break the bank and go get like a solid, like a top tier corner in free agency, knowing that they wanted to bring Byron Murphy back, and knowing that they weren't going to go into the draft targeting corner, I do think that's a big reason why Allen and Hargrave were 2 of the first signings that they made. I think they saw last year that you can have a subpar cornerback room, because I mean, Murphy, like you said, I mean, ups and downs. He was really up at the second half of the season. Shaq Griffin was good. And then obviously Gilmore showed his age, and he was kind of whatever out there last year. And I think they realized that you can get by with average corners. Like those first few weeks when we were getting pressure all the time and getting after the quarterback, our defense was one of the best in the league. And obviously once teams started to figure us out a little bit, as long as you block the guys in the middle, because we couldn't get pressure up the middle, then they were able to have a little more time and throw down the field. So I think their solution for a weaker cornerback room was just beefing up the front 7 and being able to get after the passer. And what you had was 2 guys on the edges with Van Ginkel and Grenard, double-digit sacks last year.
What up, Skol? Welcome in.
can step up and be one of those guys who gets between 5 and 10 sacks this year. And then you bring in 2 pass rush specialists in the middle, like Allen and Hargrave. So I think they kind of know they have a weak cornerback room. I think they realized this offseason wasn't going to be the offseason to fix that. And I think their way of fixing it was just being able to get more pressure up the middle. So and I think they obviously succeeded at that. It remains to be seen how those two fit into this offense or defense, but it sounds like they're going to be solid. So yes, it's concerning. Yes, you wish some other guys would step up. Maybe they still will when you get into the season. But I do think that their solution was just to beef up their pass rush and being able to get after the corner or get after the quarterback so your corners don't need to cover for as long as they had to at points last year. And we saw how that turned out.
Yeah.
So I think I think they know that their cornerback room is a little bit iffy, but I just don't think they found a good recourse to fix that now. Probably save that for the future and you have more draft capital, a little more money to play with.
Yeah. But let's keep moving here. So let's do a mock fantasy draft. Big fantasy football fan here. And kind of, I know if there's anybody in here who likes fantasy football and has their drafts around the corner, kind of give our thoughts on all of that good stuff. I guess, what are you thinking? Do you have any positions out yet? Like any draft? Do you know where you're going to be drafting?
In one of them, I'm drafting 10th because, winning and all that.
Yeah, I wonder if we should go with.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of the last pick.
You want to start with the last pick? All right, we're gonna run the last pick.
Let's do it. Why not? I'm actually 12th this year in that league, and we get 2 keepers. So I got Bajan and Jahmyr Gibbs. So I'm set in that league.
I know. I got Brian Thomas Jr. and Chase Brown. All right, so Snake. I think we need to do beginner so it's slower. We'll do head to head. Yeah, right here. Beginner 12 team. Oh, fuck. Dude. All right. There we go. All right, we're taking the last spot. So we're not going to get a lot of good players here, but let's see what happens when you get the last spot.
I mean, last year it was a 10-team
Appreciate you, Norse. What's up?
I had the last pick in my family's 10-team league last year, and I still ended up with Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs, and James Cook.
So we still have 6 minutes here until this starts. So we're running a fantasy mock draft. Get our insights on some of these players. We play a lot of fantasy football, so we'll definitely have some here. In the meantime, let me go back over here. So we might as well bring this up again. Boom. Skullfest, everybody in here. The best, greatest party in Vikings history. Not just home opener weekend, not just of the year, in the history of Vikings football. At least will be for sure. Skullfest this year, September 13th, home opener weekend between 6 and 10 p.m. at Crooked Pint in Minneapolis, sponsored by Custom Grains, who have made us some awesome swag here. Let me bring it up. We got all of this in the, Custom Grains. We have all of this in the description below. The link is below. Actually, we can drop it in here as well. Give me 1 second. I guess I should probably switch this over here. Let's see. Boom. Right here. All right. Custom Grains. The link is below. Shop. Come on. Right there. Skullfest collaboration. So anybody in here, whether you're going to Skullfest or not, if you're going to Skullfest, you should probably get your stuff now so you can show up in it. If you don't, we will have a truck there making this stuff on site. Custom Grains is going to be there on site. But if you're not going to make it, you definitely got to get some of this stuff right now. Great deals, $25 for a Skullfest t-shirt, $30 for a Skullfest sweatshirt, which is insane. $20 for a Skullfest beanie, $25 for a Skullfest hat. And we got the Skullfest tumblers, which are absolutely sick, for $20 here. So anybody in here, I'll drop this into the comments or in the comments. You should definitely go in there, buy something. Let me drop it in here, because every year this could change. We might not have the same logo or the same look next year. So this might always be the only one like this. And I don't know about y'all, but I think the logo on this stuff as merchandise Looks fucking sick. So I definitely think you guys should go check this out. And if not, like most importantly, go to fucking Skullfest and buy it there at the very least. Start with going to Skullfest, but if not, definitely come over here and buy one of these sweatshirts for $30. Cheaper than a sweatshirt you're gonna buy from a store, honestly. So
I mean, you know what they say. You know the saying when you got to go to an event: be here, or be the word.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, you'll definitely gotta go do that for us. And obviously, they're a sponsorship, so they're helping us out immensely with this whole thing. They're the reason why we're even gonna have merch at Skullfest this year. So shout out to Custom Grains in general. And definitely everybody in here has to go to Skullfest. That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, maybe not this year, but it's going to, before it gets too crazy, I'm telling you guys, you need to get there before it gets too crazy because it's going to get out of hand here. Hopefully. Anyways, my shirt should be here tomorrow. Let's go. See, Barbara's shirt's going to get there tomorrow. I'm drafting Will of Thrill in one of my leagues. Facts. Pick one. That's what we got to do. We got to go find Will the Thrill in the first round. Oh wait, did they kick me out of here?
Did they?
I think they did. Am I not? We're sorry, but
oh, did you not even click enter?
I did, but I wonder if I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. That's crazy. Is this for 6? What time is it? Oh my god. Yo, my.
None of the 625 ones are open.
You see any 625s?
I mean,
head to head
625s. If they're all
we're
10, but
oh shit! Like we're just gonna pick any spot I can get into.
0 out of 12, beginner 12,
expert, right there. What?
Filling up fast.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to wait even longer. 625, expert, right there. Oh my god, this is annoying.
Need to refresh the page.
Oh, I clicked that one. Definitely know you're in draft season. Do an 18 team league.
Yeah. I know my work.
That's crazy.
16 last year. I wasn't in it, but
that's actually freaking crazy. I don't want to do it. Might have to just bite the bullet. That is dumb, dude. All right. Is there like a... I don't even know.
This is exciting. This is exciting television.
Look, this is the most exciting thing we've ever done. Me looking for... And I can't find anything. I'm just going to get in. Come on. All right. We're taking the 8th spot in this one. Jamie's scary team. That's so crazy. No.
10 minutes.
No. What is going on here? What? Where's the we need PPR. I was fucking in one, dude. That's crazy. Oh my god. Oh, well, I don't even know. I don't even know what to do now.
Maybe we just have to
also hate leagues. My league has 2 quarterbacks. My main league has 2 quarterbacks. I like it. Let's see here. I'm just going to pick something. It's just not that right there. 10-man. Nope. No, that is so stupid, dude. 15 minutes. All right, I don't know. We might have to switch this to next week. That's crazy.
We would have had one too if you just knew how to click the right buttons.
I thought your rooms 6:35. Rooms drafting soon. Salary cap. No one wants to play that.
I mean, it's just drafting, or I suppose it's a auction draft.
Oh.
There we go.
All right, we're doing it. Fuck it.
5.
Fifth pick. That's actually my actual pick too. So, all right, we're back. Fuck it. We're doing it. It's expert, so it's gonna be quick, anyways. All right, we got 3 minutes. Anyways, Vikings football on top of this. No, so just all right. I mean, we can switch it to fantasy. What players? Who you thinking? First round. We're going into this now. We kind of know who's going to be available there. Who do you think? That's one. This is what I'm having problems with this year. Is I don't know who is the bona fide number one guy. I don't really have one. I'm not a wide receiver person. I'm a lot of people, even PPR, they'll say wide receiver. In my opinion, I think I'm running back. There's not a lot.
I went 3 running backs last year and still ended up with DK Metcalf and Malik Neighbors as my 2 receivers.
Well, yeah, Malik Neighbors. I went with running backs and I ended up with Brian Thomas Jr. Like, that's the hard part is this year's a little bit different because there's a lot of rookie running backs, but there's not a lot of rookie wide receivers that we've had in the past.
Right.
But like last year, you were able, if you got Brian Thomas Jr., Ladd McConkey, Neighbors, those are rookies that you got later in the draft. Maybe not Neighbors so much, but you're getting Brian Thomas Jr. in 10th round. You're getting Ladd McConkey in like the 12th, 13th round.
I think Neighbors was later just because of the quarterback situation in New York. Nothing had to do with him, but.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like even Chase number. I ain't taking a running back, or I'm not taking a receiver.
I would if I had the first pick, I'd be juggling between Barkley and Bijan probably if it was me.
Yeah, and I think I would go. I think Bijan's the number 1 pick in this draft.
That's kind of what it sounds like, which is probably why being later would be better. I think.
Well, that's why I literally.
I don't know. See, if I'm sitting at pick 5, I know people hate the timeshare thing, but I just think Jameer Gibbs is too talented to pass. If he's sitting there at 5.
Well, this is what we're going to have at 5. Your Jamar Chase, I'm assuming, is going to be gone. Justin Jefferson, he might be there. Bijan's probably going to be gone. Barkley, more than likely, is going to be gone. You might get Gibbs there. You might get CMC there.
Yeah. McCaffrey would be kind of an interesting
McCaffrey is who I'd take that. Genty, I like, if I'm sitting, Genty would be my next, after those names that I just mentioned, Genty would be the next one on my list.
If I was at pick, do you think he goes before pick 12, Genty?
Yes.
Do you think so?
Yeah, in most leagues. There's a lot of leagues that they're run. The thing with another reason why I like going run, I'll go running back heavy. If there's another person that goes running back heavies, you literally sometimes you'll make the, like, everyone sees running backs going. There's only so many running backs, so people will start forcing running backs and then kind of allow more wide receivers to be available. What's going on, Chris Carey? What's better than running with 1 rookie quarterback, running with 2 rookie quarterbacks, if nothing else? So what's better than running with 1 rookie quarterback, running with 2? Oh, you're just saying pick 2. Not this last year, I would say. So last year I did get Jaden Daniels.
Well, either that or that's more of in talks about McCarthy and Brosmer, maybe.
Oh, maybe. What's better? Oh, yeah, I'm way off now. What's better than running with 1? Oh, yeah, running with 2 rookie quarterbacks if nothing else can.
Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm not that smart.
How good is that line on the Raiders? I thought about taking Jet. Yeah, I don't know. The Raiders isn't on the best squad, or Genty doesn't have like the best squad, but he's just going to be the thing with Genty that you're going to get for sure, as long as he's healthy, is he's going to get the touches. Yeah. He's going to get and that's the thing with Bijan. That's why Bijan's number 1. Is because he's going to get the touches and he's still young. Where with Barkley, he just got a shit ton last year. Like, right. Barkley could have end up having kind of a mid-year or whatever, or he could go off. But it's hard to believe he's older. Bijan is the young and he's going to get all the touches.
Right.
Same with Genty. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I think he. I would be very surprised if he doesn't make this team now, because I think someone else goes snag him if he doesn't.
Someone put him on their active roster.
If we win into the season with without going after any other veteran quarterbacks, I'd say go get Brosmer or keep Brosmer. Oh shoot! All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, football's it's here, baby. It's here. Let's go. All right, so we talked about
down. Jeez.
It's gonna be loud even on my.
All right.
Let's see here.
Let's see what we got. 30 seconds to pick. All right.
So it's pretty quick.
So who? Jahmyr Gibbs. What? Interesting. Okay.
So, where do you
Jahmyr
got?
Gibbs number 1.
Oh, I was just looking for him.
Jamar Chase.
I mean, I'm taking Bijan. Oh, he's gone.
Bijan 3. Ooh, now what? Dude. I mean, hell, Barkley or McCaffrey.
I feel like you got to go Barkley.
Yeah,
Barkley, McCaffrey's even like you're just McCaffrey could end up having the bigger season, but McCaffrey's more injury prone.
That's true.
Than Barkley.
Yeah.
So I'm taking.
They're gonna feed him.
Barkley at 4, I feel like is a pretty good deal here.
So what are you looking at now? I mean, we got a ways to go here.
A lot of auto picks.
Yeah.
So does it tell us when our next? I thought it usually would like give you an idea. So Chris McCaffrey, Ashton Genty, I'm sure he'll be gone. So some names, running back names. Obviously, Derrick Henry. I think it's still crazy that he's way down here. I mean,
Irving's interesting. I don't know, maybe not second.
He could be. Chase Brown is I had him. He's just a PPR machine. They throw.
Tyreek Hill's low.
It wouldn't be crazy if he gets the most receptions out of every running back this year.
Like, there's just not, when you scroll through the running backs, there really isn't a lot of like really good options. You know, like that's why I kind of like your idea of 2 running backs to start if the 2 you like are there. Because like there's a ton of receivers here.
Don't double dip. Oh, dude, Nick, don't tell me don't double dip. I will quadruple.
I triple dipped at running back last year and I won.
I won 3 out of 3 leagues last year doing that.
Double dipping on running back. I mean, Jamie, you've enlightened me on double dipping on running backs. That's what I do every year.
Is if you triple dip on running backs, it forces everybody else have to go running back, and then they just let wide receivers.
I mean, we're gonna have Taylor, Jacobs, or Henry here if that's where you want to go.
Yeah, and I like McConkey here. Otherwise, I don't really love
James Cook is that low? Damn.
This is actually kind of tough.
I had DK Metcalf and Malik Neighbors last year at wide receiver.
Wide receiver is the only position that you're gonna grab guys towards.
Yeah.
You got Jordan Addison down here. Like, you're gonna grab guys down here.
I don't know, Nick. I just don't think you're drafting very well, my man. I'm kidding. I'd probably take Derrick Henry if it's me. Or Jacobs was good last year too. I go Henry.
Henry's gonna get out. I'm going Henry. We'll double dip at running back. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. There's only running backs are a dime a dozen, bro. Watch. I've won 4 money leagues in 6 years. That's odd.
I've won 3 in the last 2, and I double dipped running back on a lot of them.
I won 3. I went 3 for 3 last year. And I did. I went 3 for 3 last year. Went back to back in one of them. And I came in 3rd place in a guillotine league, which I should have came in first. And that's just there could be luck here, but when it comes to fantasy football, this is where I let the ego show. Okay, just let me have it. Just let me have it. Let me just think I'm the best fantasy player ever.
See, like now it's me. If James Cook drops to the next pick, I'm almost just swinging at that.
I'd probably go somewhere else this time around. I think we do go. Even though I'd actually over James Cook, I'd probably take the swing on Omari and Hampton if we went running back. Mostly because, dude, Ray, obviously Ray Davis, but Frank Gore Jr. has been looking really good.
What do you do here?
Which is interesting.
Still there, Devontae.
You could go quarterback here and get Lamar Jackson at this point, but we'll probably wait on cornerback. Jackson Smith and the Jigba.
That's an interesting one to me.
Yeah, this is the thing though, is at this point,
We only have 12
I
seconds.
get it with Tyreek Hill, but at this point in the draft,
I mean, you kind of have to, don't you?
Go Tyreek Hill.
You kind of have to.
You're talking about someone who on
first
his
round pick the last like 4 years.
like worst case scenario, he's worth that. He's like right there.
Yeah, I mean, I drafted him like number 4 last year in all my leagues just for fun, and that did not work out well for me. But yeah, getting him in the 3rd round, it's huge.
Yeah, but you can get Cook, Chuba, Kamara, and have 2 elite. But the chances of all 3 of those guys doing well, like Cook and Chuba, they each have 1 really good year. Kamara, sure.
He got hurt. I mean, he's old though, in his 30s.
Look down here, you can get Decaf with Aaron Rodgers. He could end up being really good. DJ Moore could have a big bounce back year. Rasheed Rice, obviously, he has.
You know what's wild to me? The fall of Breece Hall is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Because did you hear a lot of people saying that Braylon Allen might be the guy to have on that offense now?
What's that?
Braylon Allen might be the guy to have on that offense. They're saying now.
Sounds like it's just committee city.
Yeah, and they might be. I mean, I know they're talking about maybe a potential Bijan trade, which would be interesting.
So Travion, like if we come back, we can get. I don't know if we will at this point, but I really do like Henderson now. I would take a chance on him.
Look at all the receivers that are still left.
Like Diggs, but that's the thing is like Diggs. Why Diggs could have a big season this year?
Right.
Like you see it all the time. Like even Cooper Kupp, he could end up having a big season this year.
Well, scroll up. Like look at all the receivers that are still left though. Like you still have. I mean, I think he's still there. You still have.
Year was big last year.
What's his name? You still have Mike Evans out there, who's guaranteed. I mean, eventually that's going to fall off, but still,
and running back
guaranteed to get you 1,000 yards.
You got
Marvin
Chuba Hubbard
still there, who could have a big year this year.
Oh, come on, let us get Henderson. One
more.
Running backs will be stacked.
You know, having Barkley, Henderson, and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, I would.
I'm going Henderson here. So you still have like even Kelvin Ridley, like he's by far Ward's #1 wide receiver. And at this point, yeah, Breece Hall's committee, DeAndre Swift committee, James Conner, he should be the bell cow there. But I know
a little older,
but and then Trey Benson. A lot of people do like Trey Benson.
Yep.
Jerry Jeudy's the #1 wide receiver over there. George Pickens now with Dallas could be a big one. Like there's some Rome Odunze could take a big step forward. Ted McMillan, should be the #1 guy there. Travis Hunter, I don't know. Travis Hunter, I don't want a guy that's going to split between wide receiver and cornerback.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison, obviously suspended for 3 games. Matthew Golden, he could be the #1 wide receiver there. Like, and then now you're dealing with Jalen Warren, there's a committee between him and Caleb Johnson, which I'd probably go Caleb Johnson.
And to be fair, I don't know if I agree with this point this year that with Tyreek you're banking on Tua. Look, Zach Wilson can at least throw the ball downfield to Tua, and he looked better his last couple of years in the league as well. If it does come down to that,
yeah.
And last year they had Skylar Thompson was their backup or something like that.
And I don't believe Tyreek Hill early, but I'm like he's not gonna. I don't know. I think unless he gets hurt, like Tyreek Hill's gonna touch the ball.
Yeah, I mean last year he is right. Last year when they had no backup quarterback when Tua got hurt, it was rough. Like he was bad, but still,
even then I'm like you.
I think they're going to be better off with Zach Wilson as their backup than they were last year. Who knows? Maybe Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers looked really good game 2 of the preseason.
All right, so see, look at all these receivers sitting here.
Rasheed Rice is still there. Metcalf still available. Worthy. Zay Flowers. Devontae Smith is still there. Jalen Waddle. Like that's
George Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
Ted McMillan. Now, but look at these running backs. Like backup running back. I mean, look at all these wide receivers.
You have your RJ Harvey just went.
Oh, you did.
Well,
good
yeah. What are you doing here? This one's tough.
I don't
like. There's a lot of receivers I feel the same about here.
I know pretty much all of these guys.
Like I'd probably go Devonta Smith. Yeah, but I don't know.
Oh fuck! I don't know what to do.
Devonta Smith.
Yeah. Dang it, that's hard. I like Worthy, but I would go Rice if we knew what was going on with his whole situation.
Right. Yeah.
Which he'll be playing for. Actually, I should have just went Tet there.
I know, but it does look like they already have Rice's points adjusted for maybe a 3 to 4 game suspension.
Okay.
He's down to like 191.
Aaron Jones could be solid here. TJ, we got to go Hawk. I'd go Hawk. Oh, Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers is easily the number 1 wide receiver for the.
And Jacoby, he's one of those guys that always just does good. You know,
he gets the receptions.
He does, yeah. Pacheco's still there. Chris Godwin.
Yeah, I know, but it's a commit. That's a commit. It's like a committee going on there. Like you're talking about that when Chris Olave has been a top 10 fantasy receiver before. Same with obviously all these guys. Matthew Golden. Like there's so many wide receivers there. Jordan Addison, Travis Kelce's out there. I do like Caleb Johnson here though. But I'm like, I mean, we got Barkley, Henry, and Henderson right now. Obviously, this is just my opinion, but so yeah, I feel like, what do you think in Tet here?
I like that, yeah.
I wonder if we can come back and get Hawk.
So then,
receivers that could have, like, what's the chances some of these receivers end up being like top 10? Like,
so in your mind here, like all the top quarterbacks are gone because obviously we went other positions first. Is this a point where you're kind of just waiting a little bit later to go quarterback now, just because they're all kind of the same at this point?
So, and look, you got Judkins there. That's worth going for. Who is out there for quarterback?
I mean, I think I saw was Baker up there.
You got JJ. So for quarterbacks, Baker's worth it. Kyler Murray, he can definitely put on the fantasy points. I'm skipping out on him. Probably him.
Herbert.
Caleb Williams, as much as everyone wants to hate him, he just has to. I think he could be worth it. Dak Prescott, he's been good in fantasy in general last year. Before
Jared
he got
Goff, even. I mean, I know he's not big numbers every week, but
I want JJ. I want JJ McCarthy. That's what I'm trying to do here. So we'll be waiting. I like yeah. Someone picked Hawkinson already. But look we could get like Jordan Addison, Matthew Golden, Stephon Diggs, who's should be the best wide receiver on that team. Cooper Kupp, yeah, off-season last year, but he's Chris Olave
and Sam throwing the ball to him now.
Be the number 1. Jacoby Myers is the number 1 wide receiver there. It's just there's just too many. Oh, actually, tight end. What I definitely think the plan for tight end is to try to go get Tyler Warren.
Yeah, I like Warren.
I think that is the play
even
for.
If you can't get him, there's still other good tight ends there.
Look at there's so many running backs and stuff going on here, or wide receivers. I'm just saying you can get wide receivers as well later in handcuffs because their chance of being hurt are higher. So running backs later and or handcuffs.
But you're not really finding like bell cow type running backs.
You're not getting like an automatic 20 points from your running back. They're like the chances of like, but because you're saying that with running back, but look at all like Chris Godwin was the second, obviously coming back from injury, but he was the second highest up until his injury.
Jacoby Myers.
Let's go with Caleb Johnson right here.
Okay. Couple rookie running.
There's just too many wide receivers. You know, I don't know which one to pick.
Let him whittle him down a little bit.
I'm cool in both RB1s. Chuba he's had one good season. And he's been in the league for how long? I'm putting my money on that. I'd rather I got Barkley and Henry, who has been consistent like their whole careers. Yeah, they're older. That part's could be sketchy a little bit, but I know what I'm going to get from them. Like I bet you everybody else's running backs suck. And I'm a running back in the flex type of guy all day. Yeah, I don't like James Cook has one good season, and then he has both Frank Gore and he has
Ray Davis.
Ray Davis behind him. Like, there's only so many running backs you can say for sure is going to be the running back unless they get hurt 100% without anybody stealing their touches. Like, the feature bell cow is the most what's it like I can't even think of what I want to say, but Jordan Addison or Jacoby. I think Jacoby Myers is actually like an absolute steal here. But Jordan Addison,
you got to go Addison if you can get him.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 weeks out, sure, but when he gets back, like, you just know that chemistry. Especially if you're going to go JJ with this team too.
Yeah, I like Judkins would be like a fun one.
Because I guess they said the Browns might not even go to a contract with him until the league hands down their
discipline. But even here, Michael Pittman Jr. Could he have a bounce back season with Daniel Jones?
When Jaden Reed was a guy that was going high in drafts last year.
Yeah, Michael Pittman Jr. literally has been like a top 10 wide receiver. But we'll go.
Yeah,
I feel like we could probably get Addison just because he's suspended, but
but someone might just snag him because he's at the top of the board. People do that sometimes.
Someone did end up picking. What's his name?
Judkins.
And appreciate everybody sticking around with us, watching this. This is when we're just doing something for fun. Even if we do have different takes on this, you can also get Montgomery, who loads touchdowns. Yeah, but you're literally relying that he scores touchdowns.
And with Jahmyr Gibbs, I think you're going to see less and less Montgomery as time kind of goes on here.
I feel like you're better off banking on someone who gets a lot of catches than Michael Pittman Jr. He's someone that could get loads of catches. Shakir was the number one wide receiver for the Bills last year.
Or even Keon Coleman. I think they're expecting big things from him this year too, aren't they?
Yeah, but he's someone that he could be a risk because he didn't really show that last. Like at this point, you can grab Josh Downs, someone that can get a lot. Keenan Allen. We'll see.
I mean, Ibuka's still there. I think he could do something this year for them.
Travis Etienne honestly could be a steal.
Yeah, that's wild.
Jordan Mason. We could go and grab Jordan Mason.
Cam Scatterbu.
I mean, what is our? Our team's right here. So we'll see here. I wonder if we should just pull the trigger on. Warren's gone. I was just going to say maybe we need to pull the trigger on Warren. Where did he go? Wow, he went way up there. That's good to know. I mean, I would still take a chance on Loveland, I think. But they got it looked like they are using their tight ends a lot. Hey, Yogi, what's up?
Loveland just went.
Did he?
Yep.
All right, well, we're hurting for tight end now. Might have to just go.
Just take top available.
There's a lot. We don't need that. So you got Stevenson, Shakir. I would, at this point in the draft, easily take one of these guys.
Yeah.
Higgins, he's another guy, and Buka.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, between Higgins and Buka, one of those guys are probably going to be absolute studs. Yeah. I like Cam there as well. Let's go screw it. But I'd come back and grab Cam Scatterbo. Or Travis Etienne. We already said that. I do and you do still have Jordan Mason out there, I believe. Tight ends. I mean, Tucker Kraft sucks. He's the worst tight end in the league, so can't pick him. Jake Ferguson does pretty good with Dak. I'd take that.
Kincaid, you're feeling like that breakout season's got to be coming soon, right?
Know whose season you feel like season's Is
Kyle
this
Pitts.
year? Kyle Pitts.
And they've been saying that every year since he was drafted.
Yep.
And what do we have for quarterbacks right now?
Should be good to get. Ooh, maybe we just pick JJ. So crazy. He's just way up here, but that's how stacked that team is. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. That's actually a really good point. Where's he at on here? Oh, is he gone? Did he just?
He's got to be gone.
Oh,
right. I mean, he'd be higher on the list than that. Yeah, he's got to be gone. Yeah, he is always solid. Had him the last 2 years.
Ooh, I don't know what to do. Let's see. Quarterback. They all have their quarterbacks. So we'll go quarterback next. All right. I say we go Scatabo or Travis Etienne. Should we take the chance on the Cam?
3 rookie running backs on this team?
I think, dude, if there's a year to go get as many rookie running backs, I think it's this.
Yeah. I like that.
Dak's probably he's going to be worth it. I mean, Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb, and Pickens, like that's a scenario that even if you're the biggest Dak hater in the world, like he should be able to do pretty well with that. Nobody
you even have Zach Charbonnet still sitting there. I know he's in timeshare, but still. Kenneth Walker gets hurt a lot.
Travis Etienne's, dude, people are saying he looks really good. I know it's going to be committee. See, at this point, running backs are kind of just really tough. Luther Burden, the third. There's some people who was it? Someone said that, or who was it? It was Jason Witten. Or I forget who it was. Someone said that Ryan Poles said that he thinks Burden is going to end up being better than both DJ Moore and Ndunze.
That seems weird. He'd come out and just say that. So I don't know if that's
like Witten said that Poles told him that or something like that. I don't know if he was I don't know if it was Jason Witten. It was I forgot who it was exactly.
But. So we going JJ here?
Yeah. Boom. Facts, Nick. Facts.
So basically,
handcuffs for us. I mean, we could take handcuffs.
I completely miss you taking Cooper Kupp.
Did I?
No, never mind. It's not your team. Sorry, that's not our team. Sorry.
There we go.
There.
Our team's the stacked one.
McCarthy, Barkley, Henry, Hill. Smith.
I mean, I feel pretty good about our fucking team right now for sure. 12-man. Probably need to go get a tight end though. Hey, maybe this is Kyle Pitts year, you know? I would still pick Kyle Pitts over Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
He did solid last year. I'm just like...
Yeah, I mean, anybody on here right now, I'd probably go Ferguson first.
Yeah. Which we probably should just
the whole Darren Waller thing is weird.
What, his rap career? Or?
It's the fact that he's back in the league. He was dominant for like one season.
Yeah, I know. They took Tyler Warren. I wanted him. I'd rather have Mason than Jones. You could be right. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I do see Aaron Jones is going to get more.
I'd snake
for sure.
Yep.
Jones is going to be more of the PPR guy for sure. Touchdowns, though, I could definitely see Mason ending up with more touchdowns than. But even even Brandon Ayuk right there. I don't know when he's supposed to, if he's healthy or whatever, but Brandon Ayuk at this point in the draft is like a steal for wide receiver. You're just not getting that with running backs. It wouldn't be interesting. But we are getting the nitty gritty here. I'm trying to see, who do I even, at this point, we're almost up. Wide receivers. I mean, I could take a flyer on Burden at this point.
Yeah.
Kyle Williams. I do like Kyle Williams too. See, these are like, and that's the thing is like between Burden and Williams, can't tell me that not like there's a probably decent chance one of these guys are fantasy relevant. But running backs, I mean, Tootin maybe. Dylan Sampson, he definitely could be a solid pick. Yeah. It's crazy how far down what's his name has gone. Where is he even? I still believe in Devin Neal. Ollie Gordon's been looking good. I believe that Devin Neal hasn't had a chance to show anything yet because he's been hurt. So, should we take a chance on Bird?
Yeah.
Go kickers and defense last. And then I'll come back and go grab Kyle Williams all day. That's another thing I like to do. So that's another thing I like to get guys like Barkley and Henry and stuff like that. Like I know, and then even Tyreek Hill where we got them. It's like these, as long as they're healthy, they're not going to be trash. It makes me feel confident later in the draft. I can take swings on the freaking Scadaboos, the Caleb Johnsons, the Burdens, the Kyle Williams. Hey, what up, Norz? Who's Buns? Nick, who did you say was Buns? Hope it shows our team after we're done with this.
I think it does.
Probably should have had a backup quarterback. But even that, like Cam Ward as a backup quarterback, I'd be okay with Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Richardson, if he does win that job, like regardless of how you feel of him as backup, but we'll go. I like going with. We're gonna go with Kyle Williams here. Where's that Vikings defense? Oh man, of course it's gone already. Should have known that, huh? Where did that go? Right there. Kickers, nobody cares about. Where's Will the Thrill? Yeah, well, we'll get that last. That'll be easy. Even though he's the best kicker in the NFL. Bills defense, definitely good with that. Oh, well, ain't getting that. I think of the Giants defense is the next one I would take.
Those guys are gonna have up front. That's scary. Yeah. And your phone died, didn't it?
Oh, did it? The heck, I have it plugged in. We're almost done here anyways. Oh, Brandon Ayuk. I'm not a huge Brandon Ayuk fan, but I mean, like, this late in the draft and him supposedly supposed to be their number one wide receiver. It's I mean, he ain't good, but he has
somehow just clicks this year though.
Like he doesn't need, all he has to be is not complete ass and start, and then he'll be good for fantasy.
He tough.
I had him in the before he got injured his rookie year. He was like a fucking monster. All right, and the best player in the NFL, Will the Thrill record. Just let us see our whole team.
This guy lets it go all the way to the end of his 30 seconds. Okay, good.
And there we go. Our squad. Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Tyreek Hill, Travion Henderson, Devonta Smith, Tet McMillan, Caleb Johnson, Jordan Addison, Khalil Shakir, Cam Scadaboo, J.J. McCarthy, Jake Ferguson, Luther Burden III, Kyle Williams, Giants defense, and Will Reichard. That's a championship level team right there.
Hell yeah.
NFL League. Just like the Vikings, it's all on JJ McCarthy's shoulders.
All right. There we go.
First
First mock draft of the offseason.
Yeah. Hey, welcome in, dude, by the way.
But all right. Anything else you got?
Not really, other than this is the third show in the world in a row where my phone died on me.
We'll figure that one out in the future.
Our team and it was fired. So,
but all right, thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. We'll be back next Monday. We'll update you on time on the community page and everything. But anyway, have a great rest of your week. See you guys next time.
Yo, tag me in it, Nick. Post it on Twitter. Tag me in it. I'll let you know. All right. Anyways, Skull.